Obviously, we got the big fight next weekend, Mayweather versus Pacquiao. I think tickets are finally going to go on sale here pretty soon. I know I've talked to you about this before, but I think it was a couple weeks ago. Since then, there's been a couple rumors floated out there about things happening in both camps. Is there anything that's changed your mind about how this fight might play out?
Looking at both of them, I mean, I do follow both fighters on Instagram and Twitter, and also following FightHype on Instagram. I've been watching clips that you guys have been posting on, and both guys look sharp, man. I mean, both guys look really like probably the best I've seen Manny Pacquiao look, and the best I've seen Floyd Mayweather look. I mean, you can see this is the biggest fight in their career, and they're working so hard for it. It's gonna be one not to miss for sure, obviously, because there's so much hype for the last 5-6 years about this fight happening, and it's not happened. And a lot of people lost hope it was never gonna happen, but now it's gonna happen. So people are so excited to see the fight. So both fighters know that this is their time. Whoever wins this fight is gonna be known as probably one of the best fighters ever lived. Because this is how big this fight means to each of them. So it's gonna be an exciting fight. I'm gonna be there myself, and it's just good that from both camps, especially from Manny's camp, they said, why isn't Amir calling out the winner of this fight? Now, I didn't really want to...
Who said that?
Freddie Roach said that.
Freddie Roach said that?
And I didn't want to call it I think it would have been disrespectful.
But haven't you called them out? Haven't you said, I want to fight Floyd, I want to fight Manny?
Yeah, I have previously, But because that fight was announced between them two, I thought, why am I going to jump on that bandwagon and say, I want to fight these guys in a way where I'm trying to get a bit of the fame and get a bit of the... Get some people talking about me, but it's their big day.
Right.
So why am I going to do that? Jump in the back. So I kept quiet. But what Freddie said is, if Amir really has balls, he should call out the winner of the Mayweather Pacquiao fight.
Freddie said
that. Yeah. So
wow.
Look, I would. I'm not scared, and I do have balls. I would fight either of them. I would fight the winner. But like I said, I didn't want to talk about it because obviously the people would have been like, look how big-headed Amir is. I would have probably got criticised for it. But no, Freddie's mentioned it thinking I'm scared. I think I'll just make it clear to everybody that I'm not scared. I just thought it was disrespectful for me to say that because obviously it's such a big fight. Let these guys, have their fight. Maybe afterwards I'll say something, but at this moment in time, I'm just going to let the focus be on that fight.
How would you approach fighting either one of those guys? I mean, you've been in the ring with Manny. I know you've seen plenty of Floyd's fights. How would you approach fighting either? Or maybe you might not want to reveal that. So instead, I'll ask you, how do you think Manny should approach fighting Floyd come May 2nd?
I mean, Manny is, he's a little bit shorter than Floyd. So I think Floyd, he'll have to probably get in there quicker. Floyd is a very good single punch fighter. You have to remember that. Floyd is a very good single punch fighter. He'll hit you, he'll move. He has decent footwork in a way where he doesn't move a lot, but he'll just take the right steps at the right time. He'll make you fall short or whatever it is. But it's going to be a good fight. I mean, if I was Manny Pacquiao, I would throw a lot of punches. I would smother him. I would not let him settle down. I'll try to get some good powerful shots in there as well with speed, which I think Manny could get in. And I'll just not let Floyd settle down, where especially get his distance. Once Floyd gets his distance, I think Floyd will pick Manny off. But you shouldn't if you let Floyd settle down, then he'll just pick you off all night. He might not throw as many punches. The fight might not be as exciting as people think it's going to be. But Floyd will get the better of the fight, by throwing few punches, but making sure them punches that he throws are going to count. But then if I was Floyd Mayweather against Manny Pacquiao, that's the way I'd fight him. Keep well away, keep distance, box him. When Manny likes to come in a little too high sometimes when he tries to make an attack, and he throws punches in combinations, throws punches in bunches. And I think Mayweather's probably just going to time him and just pick him at the right time. And Mayweather, as we know, with all the experience he's got, he does pick a fighter really well. He hits, he moves, his timing is amazing. So, but it's a good fight because, like I said, it's whichever Mayweather comes to the fight, and it's which Manny comes to the fight. Both of them have to be on the A game because that's what's going to make this fight really exciting. I'm quite excited myself, you know, being a boxing fan. I want to see this fight.
You know, you said two things that kind of stuck out to me when you talked about Floyd and Manny. The first one, you mentioned Floyd is a good single shot fighter. Is that important? And I only ask this because I remember when I was talking to you about Peterson and Garcia.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of mentioned how Garcia likes to catch you in between your punches. Is that going to be important for Floyd when he fights Manny to try and catch him in between his combinations?
And I think it will, yeah. I think that's what's going to happen. He's going to try to catch him in between shots, and I think when Manny's throwing a combination, I think that's when Floyd's going to maybe just take that little lean back or maybe that little step back and counter him. Manny sometimes goes over his feet when he throws a combination and he goes off balance. Those punches when he is off his feet have no power and no balance. So if he just clips him with a good shot, you know, he can probably hurt him or get him off balance.
And you also said when you were talking about Manny, you said you think he should, you know, kind of smother Floyd. The one thing I always wondered about Manny, only because I never really see it when he fights, but you might know because you've sparred with him, is does he have an inside fighting game? Like, can Manny, you know, kind of stay in the pocket and slug and trade with people on the inside?
It's funny you say that because I've never really, all the sparring that I've done with Manny, I don't think he's ever done inside fighting. I don't think Manny fights inside. He doesn't really like to fight inside. Manny is an outside fighter. He's more of a box fighter. He likes to keep it long. So yeah, that's something. Yeah, I can't see him doing that in the fight. If he's not practiced it for so long, I don't think he'll be doing it in this fight. And if he does do it, he's not going to be used to doing it, and he's going to probably get caught in between shots. As we know, Floyd can fight in range and out of range. So it is going to be. I mean, the first 4 or 5 rounds are going to be really competitive with Manny's volume of punches, and you don't know what type of speed Manny has that's going to cause Floyd problems because Floyd might not ever face that speed. So Floyd's going to be like, "Whoa, this guy's a little quick." But after 4 or 5 rounds, I think that's when Floyd will start edging forward and start taking control of the fight more, and maybe catching Manny with some good shots. But look, I like Manny. I got nothing against Manny. But me as a boxing fan, I'm only just saying it as a boxing fan what I think is going to happen. But I like Manny as a person. I think he does a lot of good things in his country by helping the poor people, and you know, he's a really down-to-earth guy. I met him in London before the Floyd fight was announced. But when you look at it as a boxing fan, and you look at both fighters, I think I lean more to Floyd because styles make fights, and I think this is a very good style for Mayweather.